I suppose the more innovative things is very much about looking creatively and how can you add value in as many ways as possible. So I started off this interview saying that back 15, 20 years ago, a coat of paint and a new kitchen and bathroom would add value. Well, that will add a bit of value now, but that hasn't covered the extra stamp duty. So now we've got to find more. And the schemes I'm seeing that are successful within residential is very much, well, we're going to reconfigure it, and we're going to do a loft conversion, and we're going to do a side extension, and we're going to do a rear extension. And with all of those ways and a creative exit, as far as we've got a service provider that says if we provide this, and this, and we've tailored it to suit that market, then that's where we've got the maximum value. So I think, yeah, you've got to look at a lot more ways of adding value now. And that's the same if we're looking at, I'm talking to a lot of people that are doing commercial to residential conversions. Again, how can you deliver more than anyone else? Where is the value? And in commercial to residential conversions, it is about looking which is the better aspect to the property. Which way do you want the property looking? When you're sitting in the living room, are you looking over the industrial estate or are you looking over the park? Being smart with things like that, and don't necessarily just assume that every architect is going to deliver that. But what are the minimum space standards? A one-bedroom flat delivered at the minimum space standards, circa 37 to 40 square meters, is not going to value up any less than a one-bedroom flat that's at 45, 48 square meters, and yet the 48 square meter one is going to cost you more to deliver. So you've got to be a lot more, you've got to be not just creative, you've got to be more analytical now to make those best deals. But really, the people I'm working with are doing more to add more value, but also pointing out that might not be right for everyone, particularly if it's your first scheme. Look for simpler things with your first scheme and still look for creative ways into the deal. Look for things like exchange with delayed completion, where you can reduce your initial investment or you can reduce your financing costs. So bringing everything together. When I talk to people in property investing training scenarios, and I work with some of the property investor trainers, I always say to them, what I'm teaching sits alongside all of that creative stuff you're learning and using already. Bolt as many things together as you can, and that's where the opportunities will come from.
Experience is the best teacher, but it doesn't have to be yours. Learn from others' property journeys at ypn.plus.